Just not as many.
Just not as many, yeah. But it's like,
That's why you need that Angel Kosher.
yeah,
That's Sudan, or whatever.
yeah.
Fool
it's
it, they
just-
think they're weed and they're not. They're
Well, and then they'll see
protein.
us get into the hay, and then people feed the hay on their pat, and it's like, we have a real weed problem in this county. And every county besides, but
Oh, yeah.
in Montana in general, but I think a lot of it's due to irrigation infrastructure. Think about what your hay fields you're growing on, and how hard it is to actually grow a weed-free field in an irrigated setting.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you're tackling a project almost as big as bringing water that Central Montana Regional Water Authority line coming through.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'm
Easily.
tackling it, but it'd be
I mean,
nice to get it
yeah,
done.
no, it's up to you, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've given you that responsibility.
All right, I'm gonna start. Fun.
So we're
We have to
gonna
triple- we have to triple
Plan on our
taxes.
desk next Friday.
solve that problem.
Well, I don't know, it would've been nice if they would've thought about this whole deal a little more on that water line.
Yeah.
And, like, run them together.
I was just, that's the exact same thought.
Yeah, it's like,
We're kind of the same thing in a way.
but there is no real, there is real money invested in irrigation infrastructure in Montana, but not like a lot of other
Oh,
places.
no.
Well, there was a lot of money in the
There's one in New
ARPA.
Mexico.
There was ARPA
It's all
money.
pipe and,
Yeah, like, but like all the Great Basin
yeah.
states, I mean, yeah, I don't know, it'd be nice to get it to that point. I mean, if people are so worried about water and they're so worried about invasive weeds and plants, there's gotta be some money for it somewhere.
Gotta be.
Don't know.
Maybe it's worth putting a study together, getting a grant to get a study together.
We're
There
gonna
you go.
study everything to
You
death.
can study that for your masters.
But, I mean, you get a professional's opinion, that, you know, that, well, if you really wanted to do this, these are your, just like what they're doing with our river for, you know, the channeling and all that, you know, to try and minimize the flood.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just a thought.
Reed, do you know Justina?
I don't think so.
Hi, Christina,
Just-
nice to meet you.
Reed.
She is the CSA.
See,
CAS, the county accounting specialist. CAS, and it's Marshall, right?
Yes.
Justine Marshall. Justina.
So what does she do?
If you need
What does CSA
money,
is?
you have to.
She
Fine.
is in
Approach her
charge,
with
she
respect.
took Chris's job.
Oh, okay. We'll be talking a lot.
Oh,
My
fantastic.
personnel budget's empty, by the way. If you guys have looked. No, it's not actually, cause the wage payment hasn't been paid for the last couple months.
Really?
The what hasn't been paid?
We got it fixed up with them, but had to Billy come in and.
She should be presenting a claim every month,
Yeah,
and then that's how it gets paid.
right,
Is that she brings claim gets processed.
right, yeah, we just switched it up. But my accounting guy for MSC just emailed me the other day, he was like, so, you haven't gotten any money for a couple months, and I was like, oh shoot, better figure that out.
Yeah.
Better make certain you have money, cause we have other uses for that.
Yeah.
Well put, Mark. Well put.
But,
It might not be available now.
yeah, it's been requisitioned actually. So what do you guys think of the plans? You got any plans I gave you?
I thought they were good. Yeah,
Covered
it's
everything.
a good place to start.
You mean last week?
Mm.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Yeah, I finally.
You got them. Okay, yeah, and I think there's gonna be some stuff move around like that winter series. They're not winter series, that, the monthly kinda get together deal in the summer. It's probably gonna be, that's not gonna happen in the summer and gonna move it to the winter time.
Oh, okay.
So, cause I was talking to some other agents and stuff, and they're like, yeah, people are probably a little too busy in the summer for that, so I move it to the winter months when people have a little more time.
Well, kind of what I took out of it, it covers a lot and it's forward thinking, you know, it's a sort of a goal, you know. So there's a structured vision, so I think that's really, really good.
Yeah. Well, good. I got a call from Tracy Green, or not Tracy Green, I got a call from the sheriff's office a couple nights ago at about 8 p.m. and I was like, I don't know what this is about. So, and it was Tracy who was down there. I don't know who did the wiring originally on the horse barn.
God knows.
Yeah, but
I would almost say Elias, but I don't know.
What's the issue?
I know she was just, well, she couldn't get the garage door to close, and it was like 8 p.m. and she'd call on, and I called her, and I was like, I gotta be honest with Tracy, I FaceTimed her, so I could see what was going on. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna drive an hour and a half to go and fix it, but the wiring going to the infrared, the laser sensor on the bottom,
Oh, yeah.
had, like, it's just like wire nutted, it's not hung up, it's not in any kind of conduit, it's not stapled to a 2x4 or nothing. Just like
Okay.
hanging there by the door, so it come undone, so I just had her twist it back together and it worked,
Oh,
but
wow.
I was just seeing like the wiring, I was like, I don't know
Again,
who did
guys,
this,
this points to the importance of having that point person
Yeah.
on board.
yeah. Preferably someone in town, probably. 'cause
Well, the idea is it would be handy,
They called me, or the sheriff's office called me, and I gotta be like, oh, I'll try to figure it out with her, but I don't know, so I'm getting ready for bed right now. It's yawned. But it's no, though it just I was like, man,
This is in the enclosed barn, horse
yeah,
barn.
the newer
Yeah.
one, the newer one, and I was like, I don't know who they had wired up. I'm not the best electrician in the world, but I.
but it wasn't considered good practice, is what you're saying. So we paid somebody for doing something, and maybe it was voluntary, I don't know.
It might have been voluntary, but yeah.
It's not acceptable.
I don't know either. Yeah, it's kind of rough.
But you were able to figure out, well, something's telling it that it's not getting a signal saying it's okay to lower this thing because it's afraid something's in the way.
I'm pretty sure the
Fix
electric
that.
code doesn't require you to put that in conduit, because it's a low voltage line, it's just a couple volts.
Yeah, I don't know about in conduit, but just
Or, yeah, or
just tucked away and
Could
then
at least been.
It should be
yeah,
protected.
just staple it to a 2x4 or something there.
Yeah.
You know.
Or some kind of junction box or something, so it's not exposed.
But anyway,
No.
I just had her twist the loose wires together and hope that worked. And I said, Trish, if this don't work, you probably just leave it open. I'll go down there in the morning.
Yeah.
I had to turn the breakers off first.
Horses might be running loose, but
Yeah.
What that was that?
Now we know if they have a sale there, that's an issue.
Well, they have a sale there coming right up, aren't they?
yeah.
It's coming up, isn't it?
It's
Isn't
Monday.
it tomorrow?
It's the 30th, right?
Oh, the 30th, okay.
Is that Sunday?
Yeah, June 1st is Sunday, so it must be Saturday.
Yeah, so
Friday.
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 June. Friday's May 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, May 30th is when the horse sale is.
Okay.
Well,
Yep, and then I got that deal coming on Tuesday. The LRP deal. You guys can make it.
really?
Or have an interest in it. 3:30 on Tuesday.
Yeah, I got you written down. Like I said, try to make it.
Where's it at?
The office, the extension office.
Is it Tuesday, Tuesday the 27th?
Yes.
At what time?
3:30.
Is that called the Rainfall Seminar?
Yeah, the LRP rainfall, things like that.
Okay, I've got it, I
Stuff.
got it on there.
At what time?
3:30. Cause then the fair board meeting will be
What's LRP stand for?
livestock risk protection.
Okay,
And then there's LGM, which is, I don't know, people don't use LGM as much, but I can't remember what it is. And then there's some dairy ones too, but he's mostly just gonna talk about the LRP and the rainfall. And I had a conversation with I can't remember her first name right now, but an Adolf that come in, lives over by Bill.
It's, yeah, I saw her, God, well, she's a year older than me.
I don't remember her name, but
Adolf.
Yeah, well, she's married to, Ricky Adolf.
Deb.
Yeah, Debbie.
Yeah.
Debbie.
Yeah, she come in, cause I guess the drought monitor shows them in a normal rainfall for the year, but they're saying it's not.
They're disputing it, huh?
Well, and Bill has a Mesonet station on his place there, and I went and looked at it, and they are a little low. So I told them, I just pointed them where to, there's a deal on the DNRC where you can do a citizen's report, and it takes into account how long you've been there, what measurements you're using, things like that. And you can fill that out, so I told them to go in there and, fill all that out, and then they update that drought monitor every week, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Hopefully they get something changed if they are in the lower, not getting the rainfall they need, but,
Well, we got that big rainfall last night.
yeah, I guess they just haven't been getting it. I mean, like I said, I looked at that Mesonet station and they are, for one, they've been a little cold for this time of year still yet. They haven't had a lot of growing degree days. But they've also been a little light on the
Night
moisture.
before last, I had 32 degrees.
Yeah,
It was 30 down at the river.
yeah.
You probably had 30.
So I told her that might be some of the issue also, but.
There's many places in eastern Montana where the growing season is less than 40 days. And it's because frost, and then the soil moisture runs out. So you've only got a short window of being able to grow.
But, yeah, and then I think, next month I'm gonna try to work with Muriel and do a little pasture walk deal, some weed identification. Probably apply for a couple credits on that, since I can get them anyway, but so I find somebody who can go out and look at their weeds.
Gee, I'll have to plant some.
I have some.
You got some?
I was thinking, I was like, man, I got plenty too, but I don't know if I want everybody coming out and looking at it. So I need to contact Muriel and get with her on that and see, where we're gonna do it and how we wanna do it, but
Yeah.
try to do that towards the end of June. Have people come out to a spot somewhere out, take a walk, do an identification deal, maybe do a soil pit or something, but
That'd be good.
kinda might be a little more focused on people that are like up in some of the new people in the subdivisions and things like that, with their 20-acre deals and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Just cause I've had a lot of calls and they don't know, so I think it might be good to put a program on for them and help them with the
Yeah.
identification and some resources they can use. And then also, Muriel's better at this point, but what chemicals they can use, whether they're over the counter or they're restricted use, to control some of the stuff we find, so. I was thinking about doing it down at that, one of them subdivisions south of town or up here at Mesa or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I got 4-H camp, beginning of June, so we're
Really?
going. Yeah,
At Monarch.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, have fun.
So you won't see me. Well, they're all happy there's another guy. They're like, yeah, we're always really short on male chaperones. And I was like, makes sense.
But, it really,
Yeah. And right after this, I'm gonna go look at some trees for a lady. Pine trees are sick. So that's what I'm doing.
Good deal.
I called Sheriff Lesnick since he missed his 9 to come in and talk to you about that issue, so he is here.
Which issue was it?
17.
The burglary of the
Oh,
county on aging.
I was thinking we just talked to
Okay.
him, I was thinking we just talked to him about it when he got here first meeting, but.
Well, he missed his meeting, so I called him, cause he was supposed to be here at 9.
Yeah. He thought it was
Yeah, he can come in real quick.
well, he was here.
Cause I asked him,
He's
you
waiting.
want to call it? Yeah, he's waiting.
Here's good.
All right, well, appreciate it.
Yeah, keep up
It
the
was
good
nice
work.
meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm sure we'll talk more.
I'm sure you will.
I think it is better like right now. The
petitioner, the petitioner.
Yeah.
This other group, Denny's in town.
So Commissioner Goffney,
We got
you
10
had
minutes, so-
some concerns about this lease. What were your concerns? Just so I can answer that question.
About what?
The lease. You said you'd read over this lease.
Well, it was the,
Sure.
for leasing the fifth building for.
Was that them?
Can somebody even
Okay.
go on that and go by the
So what I was, okay,
And Tracy took it on herself to change our lease agreement.
So yesterday.
and so
they
what
were
page
Messing around.
are you looking at?
Throwing their shoes into that.
You're probably the
no
subleasing?
trespassing areas
Yeah.
that people have now.
Okay,
Lumber and.
so at this point,
We were out
and,
there.
and I've requested Cheryl look for
Just
it.
call, just call
Okay,
Sheriff.
this lease is expired,
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm seeing that they renewed the lease,
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
because they had to do that with it.
But we drive, I mean, Sixth Avenue is
Within
like.
120
main
days
thoroughfare, so
of
it's
its
like
expiration
four,
on February the
six,
4th,
you can drive it all
2024.
the time.
And so the question
Yeah,
now
kids
I'm
out for
asking
summer.
is, did they exercise the
Everywhere.
option to renew the
But
lease?
yeah, we'll
And if they
definitely have
haven't,
deputies
then
make sure
maybe we need to renew a
Going around
lease.
there once in a while.
Or we need
Get
to,
up on that fire escape.
renegotiate a
Spin
lease.
around and get back behind.
Well, I wrote up a new lease and they did sign off on
Fine,
it
okay.
on a new lease? When?
last year. It's supposed to run out in 26.
Okay, so the paperwork you gave me expired here in 24.
So,
Oh, dang it, okay.
one more
So-
page, huh?
Now I need to read that to get a better idea. So Sheriff, Commissioner Goffney was down trying to get some information, with the Council on Aging. And when he asked to see some financial records, was it Tracy?
Yes.
Informed him that somebody had apparently broken in and stolen the checks
I
and the
went there the
records.
day before yesterday to talk about the check that Angie Muscolito, that she wrote, that they never cashed apparently, but it's supposed to be written to Muscow County. It wasn't. And I asked her about it, but she said, well, I'm still holding that because of that. But she said, no, I said, it should be written to Muscow County and we'll hold it if we think there's an issue. She said, well, no, it's written to Muscow County on Aging. Well, that's not what the agreement says. So she showed me the agreement she wrote up. She changed several things on this. This is the original agreement, and this is the one she wrote up. I thought, well, you can't do that.
So hold on, you're
But
getting
she
sidetracked.
called me yesterday and said that someone broke in their office and stole the checks and, some, leases and contracts. She said, rifled through her.
She actually filed a complaint against you saying you stole them.
I'm sure she's going to.
Did she? You can't make that stuff up. But,
I figured she probably would do that. I was gonna go see
But
her yesterday and I know
she
it's
has
all about
since located the checks,
it. Oh, she did.
yes,
That's where I left it.
but hasn't found the
And
paperwork.
funny, that gets fixed when she files a complaint, also the checks.
Yeah, well, so ultimately, I think one of my deputies went up there and talked to him already about it.
Okay.
Because she filed a complaint that you stole the property.
I was afraid of that. I shouldn't even went and seen her, but I thought, well, maybe I can get them checks. Have her, write out Muscow County.
Yeah, so.
And when she called me and told me that, I thought, I imagine she's gonna blame me for it.
Hope, this is an open public meeting, you're allowed to come in.
Okay, I didn't wanna be rude and just
No,
walk
come on
in the
in.
middle of
Have a
everyone
seat.
speaking.
Hope is with
Thanks for
makeup.
the invite.
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Yep.
okay, then over here with you.
Good morning.
So,
Yeah, so, I think when I have not talked to Deputy Ernest about what he found out or whatever. My guess is she's probably found the paperwork too, but I don't know that. But yes, there was a complaint filed against you, Mr. Goffney, saying that you stole the paperwork and the checks. But then later she called and, let me find out.
Mike walked in, he's like, what the heck?
so,
Again, this is,
Okay.
Commissioner, I would like to make a suggestion for you and the rest of the commission.
Don't have to go there alone.
In the event you need to go over there to speak with her about something, you should take a chaperone.
Exactly.
Okay? Whenever I meet with a victim in a sex offense, I always have, I call him a chaperone, there with me. Just because the nature of those cases,
Where we got a complaint.
the person is often unstable and having a very difficult time in their life. And it's important to have some other independent witness there with you. In this case, perhaps another commissioner, if available. At the very least,
So hold on real quick.
I would advise not your wife, not a spouse, but some other independent person.
A deputy.
That would also.
I have my communications officer online. Tess, will you tell me what you just told me after the complaint was filed, what came back on it?
She said that she found them in a drawer. She must have misplaced them or somebody moved them. She's not sure about the other papers, but she's sure somebody moved them. That's all we got.
Okay, so did the complaint get dismissed or we're done with it, or what's the deal?
I don't know. Trevor was going to call her yesterday, but we...
Okay, I'll have to follow up with Deputy Ernest. I appreciate your time, ma'am, thank you.
Yeah.
So my understanding is that she found the checks, and my guess is that she misplaced the paper.
And the contract.
I don't know, I don't
She
know.
lets nobody else in that office ever. She locks it.
She got the only key, although
She
she
has the
thinks
only
other
key and
people
she
have.
won't let anybody else in there.
Well, then you were the one-armed man. So, again, I initially saw the complaint, I'm like, okay, and then shortly thereafter, we found out the checks had been located, and I kind of wrote it off as, well, she'll find the paperwork pretty quick too, like the applications I couldn't find the other day for, well, a while. Sometimes they move and get disappeared and stuff. So I believe the complaint is pretty much null and void.
Good, I feel better.
Good. You won't have to stay at my house for the weekend.
Well, spending Memorial Day in the jail.
That'd be good, yeah, I could use a break.
Got cable TV and 3 hots, room service.
Wow.
I mean, it's pretty swank.
Yeah, the
But
neighbors
there's
suck.
no exercise yard.
Oh,
No, there's not.
Big house on the top.
But you can walk around the room a lot.
Yeah,
yeah.
it was a little
Get your
pacey.
steps in.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's great.
How did your treasure hunt go, Miss Gary Lynn, zoned out?
Oh, I all weekend there. We still haven't gotten into those 4 buildings. We did get into the one at the wood shop.
You did get into the wood shop?
Yeah, but none of those campers or the one that had that, the one that he made the camper and then it had that fence with like barrels behind it and then there
Can you
was
believe the wood shop?
Get this
There is
one?
so much stuff in there.
What's that?
so much stuff in there.
Yeah.
Man.
So anyhow,
This
yeah,
is
you haven't found the
she
gold
gave
yet.
you? The
We
lady.
haven't even started
And now I'm
digging.
reading this.
What?
We haven't even started. We're going out there to actually tomorrow will be our first day that we're really going out there and
Well,
digging
you
through.
know, all the neat little tricks he did with different things. He's probably got some lever somewhere that pops up the floorboard.
Well, did you notice he's got a bunker back behind that hot tub thing? Called. Did you
Yeah.
see it?
Yeah,
Did you guys get in there?
no.
We're cutting the lock tomorrow. We're gonna go.
Be cautious with that.
What do you think? Is booby trapped?
Well, Under Sheriff Bender and I were pretty damn
Well, if I get a
cautious.
911 call,
We see a
explosives have
mushroom
gone
cloud
off.
out
I
there,
don't know
I'll be
why.
like, oh, I know what happened out there.
You're like, yep, okay, yeah, we got
Yeah.
Rolling Road.
I'd be a little cautious and maybe take a flashlight before you jerk the door wide open, make sure there's no string tied to it or something.
It's really good advice.
Yeah, it is good advice.
What else I learned is that he has a gravel pit across the street. His property actually goes across Rolling
Oh,
Road.
yeah. Yeah, it's on the other side of the road, too. Yeah.
So we haven't even been over there yet.
I don't think there's any buildings over there.
There's no buildings over there.
There's what?
There is no buildings over there.
Yeah, so-
There's like a gravel pit there.
Yeah. So this was a corner call that we had this spring under Sheriff Bender and was out there, and this is a house out in the county. And I've been here for 20 years, and I thought it was a summer home. I didn't know somebody lived there permanently. The guy came out, according to one of the neighbors down the street, down the road from him, they would see him maybe once every couple months, drive out and drive back in. And Gary Lynn's got to see it now. It's extraordinary, isn't it?
is.
It's extraordinary. This guy lived there since 1994,
Yeah.
total recluse. Really interesting. He journaled. There's like journals that go back to when?
64.
64.
Office boxes with journals, like 8 of
Journals
them.
and stuff. And it's kind of a neat spot. But I told her, I said, without a doubt, somewhere around this place, there's a stash of either silver. It's probably silver. I would guess silver.
Yeah.
Gold is
Probably buried it.
hard telling. Somewhere around that place, and he only had one gun, so he wasn't a gun nut. So he didn't spend all of his money on guns. So
No.
he's got bars of silver somewhere.
Yep, so anyways, we're gonna list it, we're going out there cleaning it out and selling the property.
Thousands of books.
Thousands.
Thousands of books.
He probably sent all his money to the orphanage.
No, he had,
No?
well,
No.
Edward Jones account.
No?
No.
I found that,
What'd you find?
an Edward Jones account.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Substantial.
Yep, but interesting, it just happened in 2024.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, cause like, yeah.
Cash that silver.
Yeah.
Well, and I know.
Interesting,
know.
yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, that might be. Who knows? But the other thing was, I know that here in the bank he had a pretty large account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Where's his family?
The fiduciary, the representative, the closest living relative is a third cousin to him
Really?
on his dad's side. That's who I'm working for.
The air.
The heir.
Crazy stuff. So anyhow, but kind of a neat spot. Really, I don't have anything else. I came down because of this. I don't really have anything to bother you with. We did do another search warrant in conjunction with DCI yesterday, and my jail population went up by 2.
Really?
Search warrant in conjunction with what?
DCI,
DCI
Department of
and
Criminal Investigations.
Well, he probably didn't have room for
Department
me
of Criminal Justice.
Oh, we're full on women now. We still got quite a bit of gun room for
then. I see.
men.
Department of
sorry.
Criminal Investigations and have 2 new inmates. Is that
Say
what you're
again?
saying? And 2 new inmates.
Yeah, 2 new inmates came in. So, there we are. Anything from me?
No?
When are you sending me my spreadsheet to do my salaries?
I'm gonna send it to you, I'll send it to you Monday, I'm almost done.
Monday's a holiday.
Well, that's when they're gonna get it. It's the only time you have to work on it.
I think you meant Justine.
I had first day, broke her in hard and told her, didn't make her cry quite, but she looked pretty tough to me, so.
You're gonna see any tears from this one.
So how many dispatchers are there?
Right now,
Yeah.
7,
What's the plan for the year? 7 or more?
6.
You're gonna
Because
cut one?
as soon as Cody gets her sieging done, and she's FTOing right now, kind of. As soon as she's up and running and able to work a shift by herself, Donna is mine for court compliance.
Okay, well, won't she have to be replaced then,
No,
as a dispatcher?
no, she won't, because we're at 6. We're full staff right now.
Okay,
With 6, right? With Donna, we had all the shifts covered.
including Cheryl.
Including Cheryl. And then when Donna leaves, they'll be at 6, which is what they're
Okay,
supposed to do.
okay, I got you.
Yeah, we're at 7 right now but
Yeah, I got you.
Donna is leaving to another job and we're replacing Donna before she leaves.
Okay, I
So,
got you.
and that's where we'll be at. And so and then I'll have Ms. Randall downstairs and she's gonna start the court compliance gig, and then shortly down the road at some point, maybe in a couple of years, that'll also morph into a misdemeanor probation situation. So, at least that's the game plan, so. Anything for me? You look at my papers that you got from me?
I did look at your papers.
They look okay.
Legible.
So far.
Yeah, okay. Perfect.
I
Thank you
have
very
them for you if you want them back.
sorry, I printed them off again.
Okay.
Thank you.